Good morning. It is Friday, TJF, and all those other good things. All right, in the news, President Trump created quite a firestorm yesterday with his tweets about Mika Brzezinski from MSNBC, and called into question with many people, including members of the Republican members of in the Senate and the House, as to whether or not that was appropriate and presidential. I'll let you be the judge of that. My general feeling on using social media is that you kind of need to take a deep breath sometimes before you react to things and before you tweet, just to make sure you kind of got it square in your mind and are not just having this lapse of judgment and then tweet or put something on Facebook and then regret that before the offending tweet or post can be removed. But the president is not shy, and I will give him credit overall in the larger context that he believes that Twitter in this case is a good weapon, a good tool for him to use, and Mika has been highly critical of the president, calls him a liar all the time, and so there's no love lost there, and so Trump has shot back at her. Mika, for her part, is not completely innocent. She was talking about a story about the fake Time magazine covers in the Trump properties. So look at the hands. He's hiding his hands because he's got extremely small hands. So she's taking her pot shots as well. I don't think this is the last of this between these two, but the president may tone it down a notch and not use Twitter to attack, and may do it may find other ways and other words to use in this case. Also, Germany, gay marriage has passed in Parliament, so I'm not quite sure what the next step is, but I assume that pretty much makes it law. I don't know if there's anything else they got to do, but I think it's inevitable one way or the other that all of Europe, will be allowing gay marriages, and not just the same-sex unions and all the other kind of things that had been going on in the past. The travel ban, president's travel ban, has gone into effect. The State Department has already tweaked it to include fiancés. It's a pretty broad reach in terms of relatives and students who come in. I'm not sure how many people this travel ban will affect, but it seems that with the requirements in place and the strictures, that it's pretty broad. In essence, it's cast a very wide net, so that it may not be as effective as people think it is, but it will slow down the bad guys, which is really part of the process. And they want to do things quickly and be able to go unnoticed, but the travel ban will make it harder for them to escape scrutiny. So we'll see what happens next. Maybe they'll just continue to attack homegrown facilities on their own turf. We'll have to wait and see how that happens. Kate's Law was passed yesterday, going to the Senate. It's a law that deals with heavier incarceration, more mandatory sentencing length for illegal immigrants who come here and have been caught doing criminal activity, and named after the Kate Steinle, who was murdered by an illegal immigrant in San Francisco. And her family is grateful to see this get to the stage. Now they just got to get it through the Senate. Much like the Sanctuary City bill that they passed, not generally a problem for the Republican Congress, but when you get to the Senate, it just becomes much more difficult because they're the more august body, and they're the smarter people, and they will have to take their time and study and vet everything. So as long as Trump gets reelected, they'll be fine in the long run. I just think the cities do need to pay a price for violating federal law. So anyway, and then finally the iPhone 10th anniversary. This video is being shot on a 6 Plus, and I might get the 10th anniversary edition if it doesn't break the bank. And it offers improvement. I just don't want the new phone there for the sake of being the new phone. All right, have a great weekend. If you're starting a July 4th weekend early, enjoy, and until Monday, I'll see you then.